Hello, I'm Seisha. I have just done a review of my Urban Drifters in British Time Chrome Excel. Actually, should move my phone a little bit out of the way of my light. Whoops. Yeah, so I've just done a review of these guys. And now I would like to do a review of the Rangers that I've got from Nyx as well. So these guys are the Nyx, like just bog standard stock black Ranger in the H&W last. Um, Kind of the same as the Urban Drifters. These are like incredibly comfortable. You may reckon they're a bit overkill for a barista, but like, look, everyone needs a good pair of boots, you know. In terms of how these guys were to break in, I'm sort of to some degree still breaking them in. They can be a bit stiff when I'm like crouching down and stuff. Um, that's because I've only been wearing these since November, so these guys have about 6 weeks of wear in them. Um, because these are my Stitch and Patina Thunderdome boots. Compared to my Urban Drifters, I got these one size narrower, which was an inspired choice because these fit absolutely perfectly. Um, in terms of like the length, as I said, like with the Urban Drifters, they're pretty much the perfect length. Uh, the NYX size guide that you get, like the sheet that you can print out to like measure and do out your size, is pretty perfect. It's pretty like on the button for the H&W last. I can't speak to the 55 last, but I would like a pair in that last. The only reason I don't have a pair is because I don't really like the look of the logger heel. Um, but that's kind of a personal preference. Some people like it, some people don't. I think these have a very slight slant, like a very, very, very slight packer heel kind of look. But that just might be me. In terms of like how these guys perform for me at work and like kind of just getting around, um, as opposed to the Urban Drifters, like with the V100, the like heavy lug sole. So compared to this outsole, the mini lug, which these have, and if you have a pair of Iron Rangers, you'll recognize and probably associate quite a lot of good memories with this sole, because it's just incredibly grippy. I have nothing that even comes close. Um, Obviously, if you're like trekking through heavy mud or snow, uh, these may not be the best option. But like if you're going down hills with like wet rocks or like light mud or like compacted like frozen dirt almost, or even like wet cobbles, wet lino. If you work in like a factory with like a polished concrete floor and it gets a bit wet sometimes, honestly, the mini lug is your best bet. Um, I don't think I've never come close to slipping in these, and even with it getting pretty icy here at the moment, it's getting icy in Ireland at the moment. Like I've not yet lost my footing with these. Other than obviously pushing my luck with dirt, other than like muck and mud and stuff. Other than that, like I've never lost my footing with these. The ankle support is fantastic because these are 8 inches tall compared to the 6 inches of the Urban Drifter. Um, but yeah, they're fantastic, super super grippy. As I said, these are my Thunderdome boots. They're a bit narrower. It might just be a me thing, but like standing on the leather footbed all day is perfectly comfortable for me. I don't really think I would need the arch support of a 55 last, but it would be nice to at least have a boot with that option. Um, in terms of this leather, actually, this is the, or at least it was listed as the max support black, and like I was kind of under the impression that these were going to kill my feet, um, like that the break-in was going to be absolutely miserable. But honestly, the break-in with these was like easier than the Urban Drifters. I got like very little ankle bite, and it didn't last nearly as long. The leather is really nice and soft and supple, but like it gives you fantastic support, even if like you know it's stiff, but not quite as stiff as the Chrome XL. It's nice and thick as well. Um, Obviously in winter, like they're leather boots. They're not gonna keep you the warmest if you're wearing thin socks, but like they're better than nothing. And surprisingly, actually, I can run pretty well in these. Honestly, I would buy another pair of these. If I, like, if these got destroyed or something in a fire, I would probably buy these again compared to these, just because these are a lot more functional. I find with well, not functional, but a lot more versatile. Especially for living in Ireland, because we have a lot of like paved roads and a lot of those like weird slippy paved stones and cobblestones in Dublin City. These are really really great for that, and these as well you can dress them up. Like they don't take a shine. That's up like it's a work leather. They're work boots. It's not really intended for that, so they don't take a shine. But if you wipe them down like just with a wet cloth or whatever, um, and then like a tiny bit of Bic for or your leather conditioner of choice. I use the NYX one or occasionally the Red Wing one, which are like, as far as I know, mainly like mink oil and pine oil and stuff. Just a little bit of that and some like judicious brushing, basically. These guys take on a really nice matte sheen, which you can kind of see. Like they have a little bit of a sheen to them, but they don't get a shine in the same way that CXL does. But I really like it. It's really nice. As you can see, these guys are a bit dirty at the moment, but I'll have to wash my hands after this. Really, on the whole, these are great. You can dress them up real nice. I'm trans, so I occasionally wear these guys with skirts and dresses, and honestly, they look great. Like, these are a phenomenal androgynous boot. So if there are any women out there wondering, like, oh, what boot should I get? Honestly, I would recommend these. Because, like, these can kind of fit into your wardrobe the same way that, like, a pair of black docs can, but these are going to be, like, leagues better. Because, I've owned docs before. These are leagues better in terms of both quality and comfort compared to a pair of docs. And I think, personally, they look a little bit better. They don't like the non-structured toe. I'm sure over time is gonna like flatten out a bit more, but at the moment I think they look quite handsome, quite pretty. um and as I was saying, you've probably noticed it, the edge, the edge tint, that's the word, the edge tint on these is starting to come off a little bit at the toe, um which I think is kind of nice. I was under the impression that this would be like a black dyed veg tan or something, but it's obviously not. It's probably just like your regular veg tan midsole that you get like on these that has like a little bit of brown edge paint or something on it. But these would have black edging, like, and if you don't like that, like I'm keeping it on there for the Thunderdome because there's a nice bit of individualized patina. There's a little bit coming off here. If you can see, you can't really see it. Oh, you can. There's a little bit here that's coming off, and there's a bit of brown poking through, which I think is quite pretty. But yeah, if you don't like that, if you want your boots to look pristine all the time, you can just fix this up with a bit of black boot polish. But yeah, on the whole, I think these are fantastic boots. I would buy them again in a heartbeat. I do sort of wish that they were like a 7-inch tall boot, maybe, just because they can be kind of difficult to wear with jeans on occasion, especially if you like your mom jeans or like slightly tapered cut. They can be a bit difficult to wear with a pair of jeans, like cuffed up, you know. But like otherwise, honestly, these are like by a long shot my favorite boots. The NYX leather laces are holding up great. I've got 6 weeks of wear in them, sure, but they're holding up great. The leather footbed really like does compress your foot, and it does actually quite quickly. Not nearly as quick as a cork footbed, like a cork mid. You know what I mean. Like the cork in a pair of Iron Rangers would. Not as fast, but it happens a lot quicker than I expected. I can already like if I stick my hand in, I can already feel where like my big toe is, inside the boot, and where my other toes are, the ball of my foot, my heel, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, like really, I cannot sing the praises of these boots enough, and I'm not just saying that. Like if I thought these boots were crap, I would say it. As I said in my Urban Drifter review, like I do have a couple of issues with those boots, but with these I haven't. I've had absolutely no issues. Like I really cannot sing their praises enough. Um, yeah, really, just stellar, stellar, stellar boots. Even for a barista, even if you work in like picking in a warehouse, or you're a mechanic, or you do, like just something where you're on your feet all the time. You don't need a heavy lug sole. Like these are really genuinely the perfect boot for you if you want that bit extra ankle support. But these would be really good as a 6-inch boot too. So like the heritage models that they offer, like the Robert, the Americana, the ones that you can get on Quick Ship with the 430. To be honest, like if you don't want an 8-inch but you want a 6-inch that's like nice and like really got the support that you need, I would really recommend Nick's. Red Wings Iron Ranger is good, but if you have particularly narrow or particularly wide feet, it can be very difficult to get a boot that fits right. Which is the great thing about Nick's. They're all made to order, which does mean they take a while. These were quick ship, and they took, let me think. I think they took about 8 weeks to get from me placing the order to them getting to Dublin, which in fairness, it would have been like 6-7 weeks to get to the An Post depot, so the Irish Postal Service depot in New Jersey, and then another week from there. But yeah, really, I cannot recommend these enough. If you are on your feet all the time, I would really recommend these, or the closest 6-inch variant of this that you can get from Nick's. I really, really, really would recommend it. They are just absolutely stunning boots. Yeah, like really, I cannot sing their praises enough. I'm like talking around in circles at this point, but like, I just absolutely adore these boots. I really, really, really do. I'm gonna shut up now. I'm gonna be talking your ear off all night if I don't. So thank you for watching. Thank you to Nick's Boots for making an absolutely amazing pair of boots. The frankly perfect pair of boots that I'm gonna have all the way until either I die or they give up on me. Whichever one comes first, I'll be wearing these on my deathbed. Thank you very much.